Blue Book, The Art of Laziness, Chapter 6 Summary. Chapter 6 of The Art of Laziness focuses on an important idea: how to design a life and work system that reduces unnecessary effort and makes productivity easier. In previous chapters, the author explained how laziness can lead to efficiency, creativity, and better focus. In this chapter, the author takes the idea further by showing how people can build systems and habits that allow them to achieve goals with less effort and stress. Instead of relying only on motivation or discipline, the chapter emphasizes creating smart systems that work automatically. Below is a detailed explanation of the main ideas in Chapter 6. 1. Why systems are more powerful than motivation. The chapter begins by explaining a common problem: motivation is unreliable. Some days people feel motivated and energetic, but on other days they feel tired or distracted. If productivity depends only on motivation, progress becomes inconsistent. The author argues that successful people rely more on systems and routines than on motivation. A system is a structured way of doing things that makes progress automatic. For example, a writer who writes every morning at the same time, a student who studies for 1 hour every evening, a worker who begins each day by completing the most important task. Because these actions are part of a system, they happen regularly without requiring constant motivation. 2. Lazy people build efficient systems. The author explains that lazy thinkers naturally look for ways to reduce effort. Instead of repeating the same difficult work every day, they create systems that simplify tasks. For example, instead of deciding every day what to eat, some people create a weekly meal plan. Instead of organizing files repeatedly, they design a simple filing system. Instead of manually doing repetitive tasks, they use automation or shortcuts. By creating systems, people reduce the mental effort required to make decisions. 3. Reducing decision fatigue. The chapter introduces the concept of decision fatigue. Every day, people make hundreds of small decisions: what to wear, what to eat, when to work, which task to start first. These decisions slowly drain mental energy. When the brain becomes tired from too many decisions, it becomes harder to focus on important tasks. The author suggests simplifying daily life by reducing unnecessary decisions. For example, preparing clothes the night before, creating a simple morning routine, planning the next day in advance. These small systems save mental energy for more important work. 4. Designing a productive environment. Another important idea in Chapter 6 is environment design. The author explains that our surroundings strongly influence our behavior. For example, if your phone is always next to you, you are more likely to check it frequently. If snacks are placed on your desk, you may eat them without thinking. Instead of relying on willpower, the author suggests designing an environment that naturally encourages productive behavior. Examples include keeping your workspace clean and organized, placing important tools within easy reach, removing distractions from your work area, creating a quiet place for focused work. When the environment supports productivity, tasks become easier to complete. 5. The power of small habits. The chapter also discusses the importance of small daily habits. Large goals often feel overwhelming, but small habits are easy to maintain. For example, reading 10 pages a day, exercising for 10 minutes, writing a short paragraph daily. Although these actions seem small, they create powerful long-term results. If someone reads 10 pages daily, they can finish many books in a year. If someone practices a skill for a few minutes every day, their ability gradually improves. The author emphasizes that consistency is more important than intensity. Small actions performed regularly produce significant progress. 6. Automating repetitive tasks. Automation is another concept discussed in this chapter. Many daily tasks are repetitive and consume unnecessary time. Examples include paying bills, scheduling meetings, organizing files, sending routine messages. Whenever possible, these tasks can be simplified or automated. For example, automatic bill payments, pre-written email templates, digital reminders and scheduling tools. Automation allows people to focus their energy on more meaningful work. 7. Creating clear work processes. The author explains that confusion often leads to procrastination. When people are unsure how to complete a task, they may delay starting it. To solve this problem, the chapter recommends creating clear processes for common tasks. For example, instead of randomly starting work each day, create a simple routine such as review tasks for the day. Start with the most important task. Work in focus sessions. Take short breaks. Review progress at the end of the day. When work follows a consistent process, it becomes easier and faster. 8. Avoiding overcomplicated systems. While systems are helpful, the author warns against creating overly complex systems. Some people build complicated productivity methods that require too much effort to maintain. A lazy approach prefers simple systems that are easy to follow. For example, instead of a complicated planning system, use a simple daily task list. Instead of tracking dozens of habits, focus on a few important ones. Simple systems are more sustainable and less stressful. 9. Building a morning routine. The chapter highlights the value of a structured morning routine. The way a person begins the day often influences the rest of the day. A calm and organized morning routine may include activities such as light exercise, planning the day, reading or learning, starting an important task. A good routine eliminates confusion about how to begin the day. Since you mentioned earlier that you prefer exercising in the morning, a simple morning routine with stretching or light exercise could fit perfectly into this idea. 10. Tracking progress. Another strategy discussed in Chapter 6 is tracking progress. When people measure their progress, they stay more motivated. Tracking can be very simple, such as marking completed tasks on a list, recording daily habits, noting progress toward goals. Seeing visible progress encourages people to continue their efforts. 11. The lazy way to achieve big goals. The author explains that big achievement usually come from small, consistent actions over time. Instead of trying to accomplish everything at once, lazy thinkers prefer steady progress. For example, a person who studies 30 minutes daily may learn more than someone who studies intensely only once a week. Consistency allows progress without extreme effort. 12. Protecting time and energy. The chapter also emphasizes protecting personal time and energy. Many people become overwhelmed because they try to do too many things. Lazy thinkers avoid unnecessary commitments and focus on the activities that matter most. By protecting time and energy, they maintain better productivity and balance. 13. The long-term impact of systems. When effective systems are in place, life becomes simpler. Tasks require less effort because many decisions and actions happen automatically. Over time, these systems create powerful results such as improved productivity, reduced stress, greater focus, more free time. The author suggests that building systems may require effort initially, but they save enormous time in the long run. 14. Key lessons from Chapter 6. The main lessons of this chapter include One motivation is unreliable, but systems create consistency. 2. Lazy thinkers design systems that reduce effort. 3. Reducing daily decisions saves mental energy. 4. A supportive environment improves productivity. 5. Small daily habits create large long-term results. 6. Automation can eliminate repetitive tasks. 7. Clear processes make work easier to start and complete. 8. Simple systems are better than complicated ones. 9. Tracking progress increases motivation. Consistent small actions lead to major achievements. Conclusion. Chapter 6 of The Art of Laziness teaches that productivity does not depend on constant effort or strong motivation. Instead, it comes from designing systems that make success easier. By simplifying routines, reducing decisions, building small habits, and automating repetitive tasks, people can achieve their goals with less stress and effort. The author encourages readers to think like a smart, lazy person. Instead of working harder every day, create systems that work for you. When life and work are organized in this way, productivity becomes natural, sustainable, and much more enjoyable.